kids like just didn't care. They didn't want to like learn more in the course. I feel like a big problem is that they really have no plan or goal after high school. That like in Poland, they said teachers and parents, they all strive every day for the kids to push on to college or technical school afterwards to learn more education. And I just, like, being in school, I feel like teachers or counselors only come out to me and ask me what my plan is. They don't push me to have a plan or a goal. Like, I personally do, but not my kids do. They don't know if they want to go to college or not. They don't know if they can afford college or not. They don't have the information to plan it all out.
It's not necessarily the counselor's fault. There's just too many of us. Like, we need more counselors. I think if we were to get more money and be able to afford to hire more counselors, that'd be a good first step. Because with us going to college next year, some of us not knowing what's going on. They don't really have time to provide us information or resources or scholarship opportunities or anything like that.
Kind of bouncing with that idea is, do you guys know the ILP system and how like in 6th grade we took a test and it told us what our future career was going to be? Well, I was really disheartened by my results and I was really bitter about it because I got Minuteman and Stump Person, and I think one other thing, and then they said they have no other results for me. And so I was like, what is this? So I haven't focused on ILP the rest. And a lot of times, all the counselors will tell you is, oh, go to your ILP. It's a system that helps, but it's not really that accurate of a system.
Yeah, banking off of that, my ILP when I took it, it said I should be a taxidermist, a funeral director, and a death counselor. And I was like, well, thanks. But it's just, it may not be the best comparison, but I kind of want to compare the ILP to our counselors. Our counselors never meet with us enough to get to know us, just like the ILP just gets to know us through a quiz of ridiculous questions. And I think that if the counselors really got a chance to sit down individually with us, learn about us, our likes, our dislikes, what we want to do with our lives, what we enjoy doing, that would be a lot better. I mean, I know that we only see our counselors if we have a problem, like we're getting harassed. Scheduling days, which we don't have to worry about anymore. And as seniors, we have that one meeting with our counselors that is our senior meeting, but it's 2 minutes long, and they're like, oh, well, will you send the next person in? Sorry, I've got to get to them. And we don't get any one-on-one help. And I think that as we're seniors going off, like, college is a really big thing, and it's scary, and we're all wondering, can we afford it? And they don't really offer us a whole lot of help. They say, well, make sure you fill out the FAFSA and look for scholarships. But I know from experience that the FAFSA doesn't have a lot to offer me because I'm not emancipated. I don't have any military background and family. And so that's really disheartening to look at the page you get back, and it basically tells you you don't qualify for any money. I'm not in a position financially, I mean, I'll admit it, to just be able to shell out $30,000 a year for college. And it's really disheartening to look at that and know that, well, maybe I'm not going to be like the first person in my family in a long time to go to college.
For seniors or even juniors, even just like train a teacher to know this thing about college. So once we get to our homeroom, we have one teacher with like a little class size where we can learn it, and we don't have to hire somebody else, but at least we'll get the information on it and learn it. And it's like we're getting out of class the same time as everybody else. It's a homeroom, but we're actually having a useful homeroom.
Homeroom is so wasted.
Yeah.
It's wasted since freshman year. Sincerely is.
Like this year in homeroom for scheduling, what did the seniors do? We watched a video.
Yeah, we watched some homework.
Some homeroom watched a video, apparently. My homeroom was one of them. We watched a video. We watched a video on actually a really inspirational guy, but we could also have just looked up the article about him and read it in 5 minutes. And there are a lot of other other things that we could have done with that time, like talking about college. Another thing that I hear students complaining about is taxes.
I don't know how to do it.
No one knows how to do taxes.
Why do
Absolutely no one.
Adults don't even know how to do them.
So I feel like oftentimes when like we go to like think about what we're gonna do after college or after high school, like none of us know how to do it. Like they, after your 2-minute senior meeting, they just like ask you where you think you wanna go to college, and like if you say you want to go to UK, they hand you the paper of the scholarships. That's like free scholarships. Like some, you always don't apply to those like based on like your GPA and your ACT, because often those are like the really high ones. And so like when I started my first application, like I had no idea what I was doing, and like my parents like didn't really know either. And so it's just like kind of hard to like figure it out, because you honestly feel like you just like are thrown into the wolves and just are like kind of like figure it out by yourselves, and you just hope that you do it right.